ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, check us on these platforms. On X at Ogtv, on Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. No fewer than 1,500 projects valued at 610 billion naira have been tracked by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. The tracking covers projects by agencies of government such as the Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TED Fund, and Ecological Fund Office. Spokesperson for the ICPC, Demola Bakari, made this known in a statement. He explained that the latest tracking is the 7th phase of the Anti-Graft Agency's scrutiny of constituency and executive projects. About 1,900 projects valued at 500 billion naira were covered in the 6th phase of the exercise across 24 states. A bill to amend the Constitution and provide for diaspora voting has held the second reading in the House of Representatives on Wednesday. The bill, co-sponsored by the Speaker, Abbas Tajuddin and Sadiq Abdullahi, seeks to amend the 2022 Electoral Acts and provide opportunities for Nigeria in diaspora to vote. The bill was passed for a second time in July and had been referred to the Committee on Electoral Matters for further legislative action. However, after scaling the second reading on Tuesday, it has been referred to the Constitution Amendment Committee for further legislative action. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Ganiu Hamzat, has reminded all the newly elected chairmen and councillors across the 20 local government areas of Ogun State of their primary responsibility of ensuring that the dividends of democracy are evenly distributed among other people. In his congratulatory message, Honorable Hamzat lauded the democratic process that led to the emergence, commending the electorate for their active participation and peaceful conduct. This, he said, symbolizes the people's trust and confidence in the ability of the new leaders to deliver meaningful governance. He charged them to prioritize policies and projects that promote inclusive growth, rural development, and welfare of their constituents. He also assured the newly elected officials of unwavering support and cooperation of the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, stressing the need for collaboration between the states and local governments in achieving Governor Dr. Abiodun's vision of a prosperous and inclusive Ogun State. The Commissioner reiterated his confidence in the capacity of the new leaders to deliver and expressed optimism that their tenure will usher in an era of accelerated progress across the state. Ogun State's government, through the Ministry of Environment, has handed over 4 public toilets to the operators for public use in Bega, Isheri, Wariwa, and Magboro, access of Lagos-Ibadan Express Road to commemorate the 2024 World Toilets Day. Commissioner for Environment, Ola Oresoya, declared the intention of the government to provide 400 public toilets across the state through public-private partnership, with 1 toilet per 1 kilometer in densely populated areas and 1 in every 5 kilometers of sparsely populated areas. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
A milestone achievement of the practical demonstration of the resolve to address the challenge of open defecation and achieve sustainable development goals in Ogun State through the Ministry of Environment, as the 2024 World Toilet Day is being commemorated with the handing over of public toilets constructed through public-private partnership.
What we've been able to do right now is to design a model that will allow the private sector to invest in public toilets and will solve the problem of open defecation without financial burden on government.
Bega, Isheri, Wariwa, and Magboro axis of Lagos-Ibadan Express Road are some of the areas that the government has been battling with the challenge of open defecation, and the public toilet in Bega is the first to be handed over by the Ministry of Environment.
When people have access to clean and safe toilets, the risk of disease and contamination decrease.
We have to maintain the standard. It's not the financial aspect of it alone. Everybody should see that, yes, the place is good.
Commissioner for Environment, Ola Oresoya, who was supported by the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Sam Oyeleye, to hand over the public toilets at Kara in Isheri, said it has now become compulsory for all public institutions like petrol stations, restaurants, malls, supermarkets to make toilet facilities available for the use of the public.
So they are investing, we are investing, we are co-investors when it comes to enforcement, and that will ensure sustainability as we go on. So if it's not a financial burden to government and there's a law that is binding on everybody, nothing will shake this.
The toilet facility in Isheri will be paired with the human waste in line with the goals of the government.
The Honorable Commissioner made a request that he wants us to use biodigester, and as you can see, the feces go into the digester and it's being converted.
And this facility, I think, will help, and the challenges that are associated to will be eliminated.
The commissioner then handed over another of such in Wariwa before proceeding to Magboro, where another one was sighted.
Even animal defecates. So what about we human beings? So the government has done very well, and we will only implore our people to make sure that they make use of this facility.
The partners thanked Ogun State government for providing the enabling environment to make their contributions in making the state clean. Matthew Showmi, Ogtv News.
Ogun State House of Assembly has assured the Federal Office of the Public Complaints Commission in the state necessary legislative support towards sensitizing the people on the need to take advantage of the Commission to address their complaints against any public and private sector officials. Speaker Right Honorable Ludaisi Elemide gave the assurance while playing host to the management of the Commission led by the newly appointed Federal Commissioner in charge of the state, Murakinyo Akinleye, who was on an advocacy visit to the state's lawmakers at the Assembly Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Kolawole Osho's package was presented in this report.
Playing host to the management of the Public Complaints Commission in Ogun State, led by the newly appointed Federal Commissioner in charge of the state, Murakinyo Akinleye, who was on an advocacy visit to the Speaker and other lawmakers. Speaker Right Honorable Ludaisi Elemide assures that the state lawmakers would assist in sensitizing their constituents to take advantage of the alternative conflict resolution role of the Commission to address any perceived infraction or injustice against any public official. He seized the opportunity to enjoin the management team to carry out more sensitization of the people on their role as alternative conflict resolution body.
And you take all our requests to the federal government that, oh, people are complaining about this, people want this, people need this, people need that. You are expected to do justice to all complaints. Now another level, maybe in the area of alternative conflict resolution. Instead of going to court, maybe you have the power or the legal mandate in law to resolve issues.
In their remarks, lawmakers lauded the newly appointed Federal Commissioner for his thoughtfulness in achieving results through vigorous sensitization of the people on the role of the Commission and joining the management team to always remain neutral in any issue brought before the Commission. Earlier in his presentation, Murakinyo Akinleye explained that the Commission, which was established in 1975, was meant to address social injustice against the people by the government or private sector officials, to address the burden of cases before the court of law through alternative dispute resolution.
Many of the issues related to burden the courts of law, the judiciary today, are mere, some majority are mere issues that can be resolved amicably using the alternative conflict resolution system. So it is then the responsibility of the Public Complaints Commission to handle such issues and let peace reign in town. You will agree with me that today the army of protesters just within a corps are always like legions, and majority of them does not have one thing or the other against the government, but some of the officials of the government.
He noted that upon its resumption a few weeks ago, the Commission had begun vigorous sensitization of the members of the public on the Commission's role in resolution of conflicts. As an ombudsman, disclosing that the Commission has its offices in 5 zones, including Abeokuta, Ijebu-Igbo, Itoro Hall in Ijebu-Ode, Ado-Odo-Ota, Yewa South, and Shagamu local government secretariats. The Speaker, in company of his co-lawmakers, also received in audience the Nigerian Hunters and Forest Security Service, led by ACG Abiodun Fayemi, with a charge on the security outfit to include all hunters in the state in all their activities, while Ogun Central Chapter of the Nigerian Youth Association, led by its Vice Chairman, Comrade Joseph Toyo, also paid a courtesy call on the Speaker, who assured them of necessary legislative support for the advancement of youth development. The Speaker also lauded the country office of the World Sustainable Development Goals Office, led by Engineer Rashid Adeyinka, for promoting issues like quality healthcare delivery for the benefit of the people, promising the Assembly's support in all areas of its operation in the state.
Prince Yemisi Shillong has been commended for sustaining histories of Egba people through the facilitation of Shodeke statue as Ake roundabout Abeokuta. Dignitaries at the unveiling of the statue appreciates the initiative with an assurance that the projects of such will sustain tradition for future generations. Ayodeji Tomori Oluwumi has more.
On Saturday, 26th of October, the statue of the great Generalissimo Shodeke, who played a critical role in the liberation of Egba people, arrived at a roundabout, Abeokuta. The renowned sculptor, Professor Funke Ifeta, giving account of the process of the project, says adequate specifications were followed to ensure the durability of the road.
The initial design was more complicated than that. It had its hand up. But when you think about these roads, we had to make it as compact as possible. With careful work, it's taken about 4 months to bring this work here.
3 weeks later, it was the time to unveil the project. Dignitaries at the event commend the initiative of the donor and the largest art collector in Africa, Prince Yemisi Shillong, for financing the monument with the aim of elevating the practice of art and culture.
Engineer Shillong means so many things to us. He has facilitated so many good things for the artists in Ogun State and in Nigeria. When we met just a couple of months ago, he read a portion of the Quran to me that charity, generosity, is a fundamental requirement of human conduct and character. What we are willing to do is a combination of art and engineering. Engineer Shillong has once again demonstrated his resolute commitment to promoting history, culture, and collective identity. Of utmost significance is this donation of the Shodeke statue, which represents a tribute to the past and also a gift to future. future generation.
Shodeke brought Egbas to Abeokuta, led them here in 1830. As we have heard, Lishabi Day, time has come for us to have Shodeke Day.
Prince Yemisi Shilon says the idea was born out of necessity to sustain history, tradition, and culture of the Egba people.
We owe it a duty to let our children yet unborn know our history. We owe it a duty to let our children yet unborn appreciate what our great forebears have done for us in our town. We owe it a duty to our future generations to know the greatness of our forebears. And one of the greatest forebears of Egbaland is this man we are celebrating here.
The unveiling of the statue was done by the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Adedotun Gbadebo, accompanied by the Oshile of Okiono, Oba Adedapo Tejosho, amongst other very important personalities.
See, Shodeke happens to be our own Joshua. Lishabi was our Moses. One led onto the other.
Ayodeji Tomori Olunmi, Ogtv News.
The presidential hopeful of the A+A campaign team, Alhassan Yahya, has visited the State Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists in Abeokuta to solicit their support ahead of the 8th Triennial Delegates Conference of the Union, which will come up in Owerri on the 26th of November 2024. Bumi Adigun was there. He completes the story.
As the clock ticks towards the 8th Triennial Delegates Conference, which will come up in Owerri, Imo State, between the 26th to 28th of November 2024, campaigns and soliciting for votes from delegates across the 36 states of Nigeria is ongoing. One of the presidential aspirants for A+A campaign, Alhassan Yahya, was in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, to meet delegates ahead of the elections. Leading the campaign team into Abeokuta is the chairman of the Ogun State Council, Comrade Wale Olanrewaju, who doubled as the deputy campaign manager for Southwest for the A+A team.
I have to tell you here today that after speaking with everybody, our people got convinced, having listened to various other candidates that have been here, and it was unanimously agreed that he should be supported as the next president of the Nigerian Union of Journalists.
Alhassan Yahya appreciated delegates from Ogun State for always supporting and standing by the right team, as they affirmed that their place as a focus of interest to journalism historians is well noted.
We won't let you down, we won't disappoint you, and we want you to hold us accountable with our own action. We have made a statement and go and record our statement, and I want to assure you we are going to change the narratives where we will definitely work towards improving the welfare, the insurance premium for journalists in Nigeria.
Alhassan Yahya promises better welfare package, repositioning the profession, training and retraining of members, and all other benefits to come if elected as the president. A week earlier, another presidential candidate, Garba Mohammed, also visited the council, and the third and last of them all, Dele Atumbi, will also be visiting before the conference. Bumi Adigun, Ogtv News.
The acting chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, has ordered an investigation into the allegation of brutality on a man and a woman by Army personnel in Abuja. A statement signed by Director, Army Public Relations, Major General Oyama Nwachukwu on Tuesday said Oluyede, the investigation would unravel the circumstances behind the video, adding that the incident is currently not clear. A viral video circulating on social media reportedly depicts a senior army officer and two soldiers involved in an altercation with a man and a woman within Abuja metropolis. He urged the public to be rest assured that the due diligence will be applied to reach a logical conclusion on the matter. An audit report has uncovered financial irregularities totaling over 4.64 billion naira in the Federal Ministry of Works, housing sector, raising concerns over systemic non-compliance with financial regulations and procurement laws. The findings contained in the Auditor General for the Federation's annual report cover activities between 2020 and 2021 and reveal significant lapses in the internal controls under Babatunde Fashola, the former Minister of Works and Housing. The report details several issues, including payments made without proper documentation, extra budgetary expenditures, mobilization fees exceeding approved thresholds, and contracts awarded without following due process. A sum of 1.08 billion naira was paid from the Government Integrated Financial Management Information System account without the requisite payment vouchers, violating paragraph 601 of the Financial Regulations 2009. South Africa has assumed the presidency of the G20, becoming the first African nation to lead the influential bloc of the world's largest economies. The handover ceremony took place during the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Brazil President Leo Inácio Lula da Silva officially transferred leadership to South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, who pledged to prioritize Africa's development and the global South's interests during his tenure. Ramaphosa highlighted three key areas of focus for South Africa's presidency: promoting inclusive economic growth, addressing food security, and leveraging artificial intelligence and innovation for sustainable development. He pledged to work towards greater global economic growth while ensuring no one is left behind. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has agreed a one-year contract extension, although City are refusing to comment on a story that was first reported in The Athletic. Multiple sources have confirmed Guardiola has elected to sign a new deal to take his stay at the club to 10 years. The 53-year-old Spaniard joined City in 2016 and has won 18 trophies so far, including 6 Premier League titles. His contracts have been due to expire at the end of the current season. There have been suggestions the new agreement will have the option of a second year, although this is not known at this stage. Leadership is not about titles, positions, or flow charts. It is about one life influencing another. You can watch us live on Facebook at Ogtv and Ogun State Television, on YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, check us on these platforms: on X at Ogtv, on Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And that will be all on the news at 2. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.